Have you ever looked at the 50-30-20 budgeting rule and thought, yeah, this makes sense, and then tried it in real life and went, okay, never mind, this is impossible? Same. The internet makes budgeting look simple. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. Boom. Financially free. But if your rent is half your salary, or you're paying off loans, or your income jumps up and down, this rule can feel like a joke. In this video, we're going to talk about why the 50-30-20 rule doesn't work for everyone, who it does work for, and how you can custom build a version that actually fits your life. And don't worry, no complicated math. Just real talk about money. Let's start with what the rule actually says. Your take-home income, the money you receive after tax, gets divided like this. 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, 20% goes to savings or debt repayment. It became popular because it's simple, easy to remember, and feels balanced. And honestly, for some people, it works great. But for millions of others, it doesn't even come close. Let's talk about the biggest reason the rule fails. Cost of living. In a lot of cities, rent alone can be 40 to 60% of someone's income. Add groceries, transportation, childcare, and healthcare, and suddenly your needs are already 70, 80, sometimes 90%. So the problem isn't that you're bad with money. The problem is that the rule was never designed for places with insanely high costs. If your basic survival already costs more than half your paycheck, no percentage rule can magically fix that. The second reason is income level. If you're earning a lower income, most of your money goes toward keeping the lights on. You don't overspend, you just don't earn enough to fit the rule. On the other hand, someone earning a very high income may be able to save 30, 40, even 50%. And sticking to just 20% savings might actually slow them down. One rigid rule can't work for students, minimum wage workers, mid-career parents, and high-income professionals at the same time. There's debt and family responsibilities. Student loans, medical bills, credit cards, personal loans, supporting parents or siblings. These don't always fit neatly into needs or wants. Sometimes debt repayment alone is more than 20%. And honestly, that's okay, because freeing yourself from high-interest debt is a form of saving. The rule doesn't understand your life story, but your budget should. A lot of people watching this don't earn the same amount every month. Freelancers, gig workers, small business owners, commission earners. One month you feel rich. Next month you're like, okay, instant noodles it is. Fixed percentage rules don't work when your income moves like a roller coaster. What you need is flexibility, not guilt. And here's something nobody talks about. Your goals and values aren't the same as everyone else's. Maybe travel is important to you. Maybe you want to retire early. Maybe you're saving for a house or you want to support your parents. Money is not just math. It's emotional. A budget should reflect your life, not force your life to fit someone's internet pie chart. Okay, so if the 50-30-20 rule doesn't always work, what should you do instead? The answer is custom percentages. Think of 50-30-20 as a template, not a law. You can change the numbers to match your reality. Let me show you a simple 4-step method you can actually follow. Step 1. Add up your real essentials. Rent, utilities, groceries, transport, basic healthcare, minimum debt payments. No guilt, just facts. Step 2. Attack high-interest debt. If debt is expensive, it's okay for this to take more than 20%. This is still progress. Step 3. Pick a realistic savings goal. Maybe it's 5%, maybe 10%, maybe 30%. Start small, increase later. Step 4. Whatever is left becomes guilt-free spending. That's your fun money. Enjoy it consciously. Here are real examples. Example 1. High rent city. 70% needs, 20% wants, and only 10% savings. Not because they're bad with money, but because rent eats everything. Example 2. Young professional, 45, 25, 30. Now compare that to someone with lower expenses. Maybe a young professional. Their numbers could look more like 45% needs, 25% wants, and 30% saving or investing. Same rule. Totally different reality. Example 3, a freelancer, changes monthly. And if you're a freelancer or gig worker, your budget may change every single month. One month might be great, the next month might be tight. So instead of forcing one fixed percentage, you adjust as income changes. Example 4. Family paying off debt, 60 minus 15 tuck 25. And here's another real situation. A family focused on paying off debt. Their budget might look like 60% needs, 15% wants, and 25% toward debt and saving. And that's still progress. Before we wrap up, here are 3 mistakes people make with budgeting. They copy someone else's budget. They try to be perfect instead of consistent. They feel guilty for spending on things that make them happy. Please remember this. Discipline matters, but self-compassion matters too. You are allowed to enjoy your money while being responsible with it. So yeah, the 50-30-20 rule is a good guideline, but it's not a universal solution. Your income is different, your responsibilities are different, your dreams are different. Build a budget that respects that. If you want help customizing your numbers, drop a comment. I actually read them. And if this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs money clarity today.